That's my best friend.
YouTubers flaunting their wealth isn't anything new on YouTube, from people doing it straight to your face excessively.
I don't care.
In a house with like 8 floors.
To YouTubers showing off their wealth subtly. And we all know popular YouTubers make good money from AdSense, brand deals, merch, and affiliate links. And the smart YouTubers have made sure that YouTube is not their only profitable avenue, which is why there was a surge of YouTubers creating books at one point a few years ago. And more recently, it seems like every YouTuber has a podcast with ads firmly injected. And I'm not here today to say they shouldn't make money, because anyone would. If you had the opportunity to make a tenner, I'm sure you'd take it. So if you're being offered thousands, wouldn't you do the same? What I do have an issue with is the YouTubers who patronize their viewers. If I hear one more YouTuber say, just follow your dreams and you'll get there, it's just unrealistic. Many of these successful YouTubers had the luxury of putting in full-time hours to their channels when they were first starting out, either because mum and dad were paying the bills or that they just didn't have any responsibilities. Statistically, YouTubers' demographics are usually 16 to 24, and a large chunk of these people are working full-time or in full-time education, where they can't just follow their dream. They have to get food on the table and provide for their loved ones. YouTubers that tell their audience that education isn't worth it, it's just plain ignorant. There are many careers that you do need a degree. Sure, a degree doesn't ensure a good job and a happy life, but it is an option that shouldn't be scoffed at. The first YouTuber I think we can all agree on that flaunt their wealth is the Ace family, which is just a controversial family on the internet in general on YouTube. They are the heightened version of the perfect family. Typically, the perfect family is depicted as a mother and a father with 2 kids sitting around a modest dinner in their modest home. But now it seems like the perfect family is where the parents take their kids on multiple holidays a year, buy them designer goods, but most importantly, they must post the most perfect family pictures so others can revel in jealousy. Austin McBroom already has a bad rep riding his jet ski in his pool. Yes, you heard that right, which led to him ruining his neighbor's garden.
Why have such a big pool if you're not going to do nothing with it?
Stop!
My biggest issue with this channel when it comes to flaunting their wealth is that they pretty much don't care, from the Rolex on their wrist to the luxury cars. They are showing their very young audience what they should aspire to. They don't seem bothered by the negative impacts that could occur with flaunting their wealth on their very young audience. It could lead to relative deprivation, where kids theoretically are not deprived, but with the comparison to a very extreme lifestyle, it leads to embarrassment and shame. And maybe it's not their job to parent other people's kids, but it's not like they're showing off their stuff to a majority of adults. They know it's mostly kids watching their stuff, so it does kind of just feel a bit sleazy. It's interesting that YouTubers that flaunt their wealth aren't really called out for it, maybe because of the Kardashian era due to social media. We are seeing what these affluent people are buying every second, from Kylie showing off her cars to Kim selling us a new item every day. More recently, I've seen an article on how Kylie was called out for showing off, which led to her taking down a post. But it's expected that the Kardashians will show off the next holiday or the purchase they have made. But somehow all of this has filtered into YouTube, where we see the group Clout Gang, which was born out of wanting to get famous and rich, with Rice Gum flexing his Gucci to Alyssa Violet parading around in her designer stuff. They even have giveaways of designer items through other companies, but you have to follow 100 accounts and pretty much sell your soul. So who's in?
I'm in!
But the Clout Gang was celebrated even though it was really superficial. So maybe that says more about what internet culture has become. Maybe we want to see people showing off how many shoes they can buy, or seeing these fake couples surprising each other with Chanel, which they could have already afforded by themselves. YouTubers who don't necessarily clickbait with their purchases but still are showing off what they can afford are Saffron Barker and Emily Canham, and many more. But these two specifically give off the I'm your everyday British girl, but still show off their designer goods and the brand trips they get to go on. I think a lot of these YouTubers have lost touch with reality. A lot of your audience can't afford the products you're promoting or even the lifestyle you constantly rave about. Even with PR packages, the need to pan over all the goods you got isn't needed. Like, yes, we all love free stuff, but then to make it seem like a normal thing as if you expect it kind of crosses the line. And sure, in their careers, it's typical for companies to send them free stuff in hopes they'll promote it in their videos. video. But there are many YouTubers who don't feel the need to show off their massive collections of stuff and PR.
He ate my beauty blender. Like, thank God Tarte sent me 1,000,000 of them. Those are all beauty blenders.
But that's not to say YouTubers shouldn't use money in their videos, because people like Mr. Beast and David Dobrik have used the extremes of money to promote a positive message. You have David Dobrik donating money to students and giving out iPads to kids, and Mr. Beast is surprising random people with thousands. This is different from flaunting their wealth, since we know they're rich, but it isn't shoved in your face, and it doesn't feel like it's coming from a negative place of them showing off. It's true that with every YouTuber there is an element of look at me, I'm interesting, but the previous YouTubers I've noted take it to another level. But is showing off what you bought in a haul and showing your extravagant holidays just a part of YouTube now? I'd like to hope not. Sure, it's nice seeing someone's new Gucci bag here and there, but when that's all YouTube becomes, it's just disheartening. And maybe I find it annoying because I'm nowhere near making the money they do. But I just wish entertainment isn't about what you can afford. I decided to put the question to you guys. Is flaunting your wealth on YouTube a problem? And these were the comments. So from Daniel, he says it's a problem because they're flexing their wealth on their fans, acting like they're better than them, even though the fans are the reasons why they have it. People flexing really annoys me. I dislike Rice Gum, the Pool Bros, and everyone else on this website. And I'm gonna say, and now, I'm not too sure if that's what they want to do, but I won't be watching. And then we have Amber, who says, I personally am fine with it, but I do think it's a problem overall. Most of the channels that do flex their wealth have a young fan base. They're teaching these kids that if you're not rich, you can't be happy. Plus, they're plugging their merch to these kids, who then beg their parents to buy it for them. It creates a false sense of friendship, like the kids are real friends, when in reality, none of these YouTubers really care about these kids. Then they wonder, why are all these kids showing up at their house? Maybe because you're literally telling them over and over that they're part of your family. Okay, so the house thing, I'm not gonna comment on that because that's a tricky subject that I might talk about in another video. But yeah, those were the comments. So I really like the idea of these videos, including what you guys have to say. So I'm going to start putting out the topic of the video. So if you have an opinion on it, let me know in the community post and I may add it. But let's delve into the psychology of bragging. The social norms of bragging refer to the fact that our culture expects people to be modest. People who aren't modest violate those expectations. There is also a practical side to this social norm called impression management. It's all about leading others to view you favorably. If they think you're trying too hard, they'll be turned off and you'll achieve exactly the opposite of your desired impact on others. This is especially true if the qualities you're showing off aren't the ones that interest the other person. So anyone flaunting their wealth is just unflattering. But they're rich, so I doubt they care. Before I end the video, I want to make it clear that this isn't me attacking these people just because they're well off. I'm just pointing out how this massive shift of showing off your stuff on the internet has become normalized and celebrated. I think showing off your stuff to adults is fine, but when it comes to young teens, I just think it gets a bit tricky to portray a lifestyle that is unattainable for most. Anyway, I think I'm going to end the video here. Let me know what you thought of the topic in the comments, and yeah, have a great day.
I want to take you to Walmart and I want to put you in something that I would wear. Okay. And I want you to live a day in the life of somebody who doesn't make $100 billion. Okay.